Welcome back. Welcome to any YouTube friends who are live streaming in. It's nice to have you. There's a variety of ways to get involved in this meditation tribe. This is Looney, the meditating cat, and he's just biting me right now as hard as he can. And one of the benefits of quality meditation is my ability to have serenity in the midst of that really hurts, bro. That really hurts. Sorry. Who knew this was going to happen? It's live TV, kitty cats. Anything could happen. Anyway, welcome back. Now he's right above my head, which is really a calming feeling. Let me know if he makes a move on my neck, would you? But I digress. Anyway, now my 6-minute Dharma talk has turned into 5 minutes. Anyway, welcome everybody. By the way, all my Zoom friends, the live stream on YouTube is completely anonymous to my Zoom friends. So it's all the time we have. Anyway, we started the week talking about our five bodies. For some reason, the ancient yoga masters, in their heightened states of meditation and immersion in God consciousness, so to speak, they saw essentially that we had 5 layers or sheaths to our being. And they called these layers or sheaths koshas, Koshas. And they saw that we had a physical body, an emotional body, a mental body, a wisdom or spiritual body, and then a bliss, ecstasy, love, infinity body, so to speak. Kind of hard to put a name on them, but you kind of get the sense that we're nested Ukrainian dolls, right? And so most of the time our physical body gets a lot of our attention, and yet the yogis saw that our physical body was very much like the peak of a iceberg sticking up out of the ocean, and 98% of us is kind of out of view to ourselves unless we begin to examine ourselves and do some introspection. But one of the great benefits of this model of understanding ourselves is that if a problem shows up in any area of our body, of course we address it at the level that we can. Say, for example, I don't know, you sprain your wrist and you put a splint on it and you take it easy on that side for a while. And the problem with our physical body, which the yogis called Annamaya Kosha, is dealt with at the level that it arrives. But there are problems that show up in our physical body that seem to be chronic or not so easily addressed or far more of a mystery. And what do we do about those? And so I think in this modern age, we believe in this mind-body continuum. We definitely appear to be, from all evidence, we seem to be a continuum of our physical body, our emotional body, and our mental body. And difficulty in any of those areas affects the other areas. So maybe we have problems in our emotions and you try to work on that, or maybe we have problem with our thinking, so we go see a psychiatrist and we do some therapy or some cognitive thinking work. But be that as it may, whatever the problem might be, the great principle of this idea that we come in these various bodies is that if we can make contact with the deepest aspect of our being, the deepest layer, if you will, yogis call it Ananda Maya Kosha. It's such a beautiful word. Ananda means joy. I translate it as joy, bliss, love, ecstasy. It's the truth of who we are. If we make contact with that great bliss, joy, spirit, God body within us, if you will, I will, then everything else straightens out. What I mean by that is wherever the problem exists within us, whether we have a physical malady, whether we have emotional difficulties, whether we have a problem with our chronic train of thought and that results in worry or depression or anxiety, whether we have a problem with deeper understandings of who we are and our place in the world, all these problems can straighten out far more quickly if we access the center of our being, the truth of our being. What this means is that it's an inside job, and many of us work from the outside in, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working on our health and our fitness and our diet and our emotional well-being and doing our best to think better and reading self-help books, etc., etc., etc. But I think all of us know that oftentimes working in that way from the outside in, there are problems that are just never solved. There are situations that we have to put up with our whole life, that we really don't have to if we can make this essential contact with our deeper body. It's an inside job. It's so simply put, and it makes such perfect sense. So this inner body, call it God if you will, call it whatever you want, just call upon it. And the greatest way to call upon it is certainly through our meditation. If we can make contact by calming all these layers of our body, getting them into alignment, and then we find this spiritual flow within us, it'll move up into our bodies, and problems we've been struggling with or having to put up with for years can literally disappear overnight. And I mean that in the most literal twinkling of an eye sense. And so be of great good cheer and great faith that in our meditation and working on the inside job, all the other layers work out beautifully. Anyway, thanks for joining. We'll see you all tomorrow.